Hey guys, this is Josh. If you're just tuning in, this is a new series on here called Diary of a Drag Queen, and basically I'm just doing a bunch of vlog entries telling you about the local scene and just topics that I want to talk about, I guess. So this one, I just want to talk a little bit more about myself and about my drag family, about the queens that I perform with and such here in Central PA. So let's get cracking. If you don't recognize me, I am Carrie Oakey, but my real name is Josh. I'm from State College. I'm 23, and I've been doing this for about a year and a half now. I started performing at a club called Levels in downtown State College, but unfortunately our club closed around the end of summer, like end of July, early August. So we haven't had a place to perform this fall/winter season, so we've mainly been performing in Altoona at Escapade, where you saw me at in the last video. So that's a super fun time, but we're kind of in limbo right now with our crew in State College. We're trying to find another bar that we can go to and have consistent shows, you know, at least once every month. But otherwise, yeah, so I live in State College with my partner, who also is a drag queen, and he's pretty well known in the drag scene. His drag name is Anita Cox with 3 X's. Don't screw that up, because she will come after you about that. But she has 2 daughters, and the names are Anya Dixon and Ivana Cox, and the one, Anya, she actually just moved recently to Delaware. She became this beautiful, fishy glamazon, and you know, we're not bitter that she left. Not a bit. But she was probably watching this being like, bitch, get over yourself. But yeah, I basically don't really have a drag mom. I more or less have a drag family of sisters who all helped me out and kind of molded me into who I am today. But really, Carrie isn't much of a character. It's just basically me in a wig and a dress, more or less. But I like to think that, you know, I'm a decent performer. You know, I do like to play with my hair a lot, as you can probably tell in the last video, and feel myself in the reflection doing my Alyssa Edwards face. But yeah, so Levels was a lot of fun. We would have shows, you know, at least once every month. 3 a semester if you're like a Penn State student and go by semesters, or a college student, I mean, and go by semesters. But we would at least have 3 a semester, which was pretty awesome, considering that before that there wasn't really much of a drag scene. I mean, there was, but most of the queens actually moved to Pittsburgh, ironically, and they all did that about a couple of years ago, so the scene was kind of dead for a little bit, and then we kind of revitalized it with our crew, and then the club closed, and now we're kind of in limbo again. But it's awesome. We got a chance to perform in Altoona at the beginning of the year, so we've kind of had a very good relationship with those queens down there. And I love performing with them. Some of the names you might recognize if you're from that area are like Tricky Lane, Jacqueline Adams. A couple other ones are Cassidy Fire, Tempest Bliss, Anorexia and Coco Bongo, and Disastrous from Johnstown come and perform a lot. And we've performed with some Clearfield girls before too, like Miss Pickles. But yeah, we're all kind of like one big happy family, which is nice, you know. It's so much fun to perform with these girls because, you know, most of us will get together after a show and, you know, dance the night away on the dance floor, or, you know, get a little drunk and go to Sheets afterwards, the Super Sheets as they call it, in Altoona. But yeah, we'll all go there and get a bunch of shit to eat, and, you know, spill the tea about the show and shit. So kind of shoot the shit a little bit, which is nice. You know, it's nice to have that family atmosphere, because if you're always throwing shade at each other or being, you know, vicious towards each other, then it's not fun. And who wants to do that, you know? But yeah, so my philosophy is, if, you know, you're familiar with Drag Race and you've never been to a local show, I highly suggest doing so, because, you know, most of the Drag Race queens started off as local queens like us, and, you know, you have to go out and support those girls, because, you know, not everyone's going to be on TV, not everyone's going to be famous, but, you know, there are queens who are making names for themselves locally, so you got to go out and, you know, see those people. And I love that season 7 queen, Trixie Mattel, always, she said in an interview, I think on Hey Queen or something else, she was saying how she always talks to the people who come up to the meet and greets afterwards, and she'll be like, oh, who's your favorite local queen, you know, to try to get an idea of the area's popular queens. But, you know, some of them might be like, oh, well, Adore Delano was here last year, and she's like, that's not what I mean. So, but yeah, if you're from a small town, or you're, you know, in Pitt, Philly, wherever you reside, I definitely suggest going and seeing your local shows, because it takes just as much time to plan those shows out as it does, you know, a Drag Race premiere or whatever. So, because you got to get a bunch of talent together, you got to get their music, the queens actually have to get their outfits put together and come up with concepts for their numbers. So I highly suggest that you guys go check it out. And if you want to shoot me some ideas of what I should make videos about, feel free to do so. Thank you so much for the support so far, and the comments that you've made. I greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.